The Old Car. There once was an old car that everyone loved. The birds sang to it during the day, stars twinkled on it at night, and the children waved to it when they passed. Little Old Car was proud of himself. He was proud because he could still run when other cars as old as he had coughed and stopped. Of course, Bill, his friend and owner, helped him stay in good condition because he had a garage where he fixed cars. He knew just how to take care of Little Old Car. Little Old Car liked to have Bill take care of him. Bill would always give him a drink of water when he was hot, fill him with gas, and every week Little Old Car had a bath. This he liked better than anything. Each day Little Old Car would take Bill to town, and always when he came back, Bill would pat him on the hood and say, "You're an old car, but you're a good old car, yes, you're a good old car." One day, Bill went on a long trip with Little Old Car. When he came back, Little Old Car was very tired. But as usual, Bill patted him on the hood and said, "You're an old car, but you're a good old car, yes, you're a good old car." Little Old Car felt very happy, especially after his bath, but even then he was tired. Soon, Bill and Little Old Car went on a very long trip to the mountains. Now you know mountains are hard for any car to climb. It seemed to him that each time he went over one mountain, he would see one more in front of him. But he would not let Bill down, so he managed to take Bill home safely. Little Old Car was happy when he felt a pat on the hood and heard Bill begin, "You're an old car." But then he heard, "You were a good old car, yes, you were a good old car." When Little Old Car heard this, he started crying, and water in his radiator started streaming out. "Just as I thought," said Bill. "His radiator is leaking too." Little Old Car wouldn't have Bill think that, so he tried with all his strength to stop crying, and he did. That night was long and lonesome for Little Old Car. The stars were twinkling at him, and the moon was smiling on him, but Little Old Car did not see them. In fact, he did not see anything. He didn't even look at himself, he was so dirty. He had had a long trip through the mountains, and no bath when he came back. Finally day came. That day was still longer for Little Old Car, because Bill had nowhere to go. Of course, the birds sang to him, but he did not hear. The children waved, but he did not see them. Little Old Car just sat and sat. The day after that, Little Old Car was happy, but only for a minute. Bill got in him and started to drive, but he only drove around the back of the garage where he put on the brake and stepped out. This puzzled Little Old Car. Later that day, he saw something that made the rest of the water in his radiator come out and one of his tires go flat. There was Bill, driving a big, new, shiny car. He knew the truth. Bill wasn't going to drive him around anymore. Days went by. They were long days for Little Old Car. He hoped for a miracle to happen. One day, it did. A family with 4 children was driving through town when something went wrong with their car. Of course, they went to Bill to have it fixed. He told them he could fix the car, but it would take many hours. "What will the children do all that time?" asked the mother. "They may play around the station if they don't get in my way," said Bill. So out jumped the 4 children. Bob was 8 years old, Sally 6, John 4, and Ad was too. They saw a little old car. "Let's play in this old car," said Bob. They all agreed, and in they hopped. Now Little Old Car could probably be called Little Old Magic Car, because he took those children all over the world. Wherever they wanted to go, they were there in a flash. They went to China, Japan, England, Germany, down south to Mexico, and up north to Canada. They stopped for red lights and all the stop signs. In fact, when Mother called them hours later, they were still not finished traveling in Little Old Car. When Bill learned what fun the children had all afternoon, he thought of a wonderful idea. He took Little Old Car around to the front of the building and put a sign on him. It said, "Little children, come and play. This is an old car, but it's a good old car. Yes, it's a good old car." You know how happy Little Old Car is now. And when the birds sing to him, he wants to sing right back. When the children wave to him, he forgets how unhappy he was. And at night, when the stars twinkle and the moon smiles down, he smiles right back, for he knows that he is needed and useful to someone.